Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Locked Away pre-show panel. And it's going to be a lot of matches we are going to be talking about here today. It is going to be quite the time that we'll be enjoying. We'll be live from New York, the final stop before Hardcore Mania. And here at the panel, we have some very exceptional guests. First off, introducing Mr. Crazy Joe.
What's up, everybody? How are we doing? I'm having a great day. Well, it was a great day before I had to sit here next to shitty little Grim, but you know what? I think nonetheless it's a great day.
And then also we have with us Mike Maxwell.
Thank you, and it feels so good to be back home here in New York. I'm lucky to be sitting next to you today and not having to sit next to a deadbeat idiot who does not give a fuck about his own kid, nor anybody else, but here we are. Named Grim.
Yeah, absolutely. And then our third panel guest, the real villain, if you would say so, Grim.
That's the bit.
Oh man, not in New York. Not, this panel is quite an interesting cast of characters, to be honest with you. I didn't see myself hosting this, but here we are with being able to do so, and gonna be sitting here chatting with these lovely gentlemen and Grim here to be talking about these matches for Locked Away. Oh, I'm sorry, Grim. I'm sorry. I didn't mean that. Actually, I did. I might have. Who knows?
He meant that. Don't lie to him.
You did.
Yeah, just a little bit. Just a little bit. Well, speaking of these matches here, we're gonna go ahead and get started with Crazy Joe because I have a feeling you have some matches that you may be a little interested in talking about for this Locked Away show.
First up from the TFF side of things, again, I'd like to thank RHW management for allowing TFF to be in a lovely collaboration for this show. First up, we have the TFF tag team titles on the line. The reigning and defending champions, the Belt Boys, that is Lone Camo and Really Perk, are going up against Kill Shot Foundation. Now, what do we think about that? Oh, what?
I don't know about that, Granville. I mean, is there just something you don't like here about these two?
Also, just to add on to it, Porcupine Hair is facing Crazy Joe later on in the night, so that it will also go into perspective of how we're feeling about it. But we'll see what they do. Maybe they'll try to pull a fast one on Crazy Joe.
Oh, perhaps. I'm more excited about the fact that these tag team championships are even being showcased here for Locked Away. I mean, the Belt Boys really have been a tag team to watch. One of the better favorites that I've been able to witness, and I mean to have them here to defend against KSF. It's to me, I think it might be one that could possibly steal the show.
I wouldn't doubt that because obviously you have two very compelling and very talented tag teams. You have a team, like you said, with the Belt Boys, they've been pretty consistent with their defenses. And just beyond that fact, they've just been going all around the world defending it and doing a bunch of these crossovers and promotions for TFF. So I think they've been doing a really good job.
I don't know about that.
I don't. Hmm.
Obviously, being on this pre-show panel, there's going to be moments where I have to be biased and moments where I have to be unbiased. Right now, I'm going to
Oh
put
yeah.
an unbiased opinion out there. Not only are Killshot Foundation former RHW tag team champions, they're also former TFF tag team champions. They once held the belts that they are fighting for tonight. They were the second ever TFF tag team champions, and they had a 204-day title reign. So
Mm.
this is the first time they've been able to fight for the belts since they lost the opportunity to against Gangstanomics.
Mm. And what do you think the chances are that they might recapture him here against the Bellboys?
Well, this is now the time where I go into a bias opinion.
Okay.
Obviously I am fighting Myers later on in the show. You already know who I think's going to win that match.
Right.
And of course, the Belt Boys, they're my guys. They're my faction along with Tegan Starr. They are my brothers. We have gone down the road back and forth together. And there is no other two people that I trust more in this world to come out with those belts than Really Perk and Lone Camo.
Oh, okay. So we're seeing a championship retainment here with the Belt Boys. Well, that's understandable. Okay. Do we? I really want to. I don't know if I really want to. Actually, yes, I do. I do want to bother Grim about it some more. Grim, do you think the Belt Boys are going to be defending successfully here?
Okay, I have an opposite opinion on that, and I have an opposite opinion on Myers as well, if I can add. I do feel like the Belt Boys have a really good shot at winning this. I do feel like with Myers, I don't see him showing up because he has to focus on his championship defense tonight. And after the comments made by Chancel and the reason why he didn't go after Myers, I feel like it's the reason of why he woke up in a sense and why he's fighting so hard to go after Crazy Joe and to retain. Because if it can be Crazy Joe, that looks really good for him. If it doesn't, well, at least we'll have a new champion that we can all be proud of. But, we'll see what happens. But I'm Team Belt Boys in this.
Oh,
And with
absolutely.
all
I
due
think.
respect, with all due respect, sorry to interrupt you.
Oh, all good. All good.
Myers has to go all in at me. He has to go hard on me because if he doesn't, I'm going to strip him from that world title. I'm looking to take everything out of Myers so I can beat the best version of him.
Oh man, I listen. I think Myers will see that coming. It's many talents happen to know how you lose is how you learn to be better the next day. I mean, especially when it's an iron sharpens iron kind of thing. I'm not necessarily. I can't pick a side here, especially not only between Myers and Crazy Joe. All respect here with him being on the panel and such, but obviously here with KSF and the Bell Boys. I mean, again, the Bell Boys have been one of the tag teams to watch in terms of when I have them on my screens, but I obviously know the history of how dangerous KSF can be. So I honestly can't sit here and say with the heavy heart that I believe this team's going to win over the. I believe that there's going to be a successful defense. I believe we're going to get new champions, and I think it's just more in respect towards the fact that honestly, I honestly believe that there will be some kind of shenanigans where both teams win, and I don't know how that's going to happen, but a man can dream.
Well, we'll get to Myers and Crazy Joe, but I think we should wrap this up and we'll all give our final thoughts and opinions on this championship match. Fair enough?
Fair enough. Fair enough. Let me see here. So we will have the final decisions and predictions of who we think will be winning this match before we turn over to the TFF World Championship match. Starting off with Crazy Joe first. Are you going to stand on that prediction that we're going to get a title
Belt
defense
boys all the way. Belt boys all the way.
Belt boys all the way. Mike, what about you?
Belt boys all the way.
Got 2 for Belt boys. Grim, if you want to. KSF, and I think, you know what? I think we're going to go 3 against 1 here. I think the Belt boys are, in fact, going to successfully retain these TFF Tag Team Championships over KSF. And up next, we'll be talking about the TFF World Championship. Kari Cobain and Joshi
You
Gio.
evil fucking podcast host. Did you mute my mic?
Well,
You're just realizing?
Hey dog, there's a big red mute button that's pushed in on your microphone. You didn't see that?
No, I didn't, because I was too
You
busy
didn't-
making
you
sure
didn't
Mike
look-
wasn't gonna do anything. Mike's evil. You guys are fucking mean.
It was
Okay,
fun while it
we're-
lasted. It was fun while it
we're not-
lasted.
you're not me. You're just not tech savvy, all right?
Oh man.
You're a hoe.
Well, you know what?
Fangs.
That's
Unbelievable.
well. I could say we can blame Grim for that. I mean, who doesn't know that their mic isn't on? So amateurish.
Come on, man. You act like you've never
So-
been on a podcast before. My God.
This is crazy. Which is Eddie. well, now that your mic is on, like I said, it was fun while it lasted before you caught on. We will be talking about the TFF World Championship match here at Locked Away, Kari Cobain and Joshi Gio. And I'll go ahead and start this off here. Kari Cobain, what a guy. What a guy, right? Obviously, with everything that's been leading up to this point with Joshi Gio, I would honestly think it's well deserved in his part. Maybe that's what he believes. But I will flat out say that with every fiber in my being, I think Kari Cobain will definitely have the people behind him here. Crazy Joe, what do you think here?
I think so very much. I've had a rocky relationship with Kari Cobain in the past. Obviously, when I was TFF World Champion, he was kind of my right-hand man. We had a little bit of a falling out, but to see his journey from afar to finally capture that TFF World title at Cold Day in Hell, he has been on nothing but a tear since winning that belt at Cold Day in Hell, since winning it in Armageddon against the man that betrayed him, Bryson Jacobs. And speaking of Bryson Jacobs, the whole reason that Joshi Gio is getting this rematch is because Bryson Jacobs beat him for the TFF World title back at War of the Worlds in October. So this is Joshi Gio's kind of last shot at the title before he has to earn another one.
I feel like the word "earn" for Joshi Gio, it's kind of a hard pill to swallow. Mike, looking at this match here, I mean, obviously with it being for the TFF World Championship, how much do you think has gone through the mind of Joshi Gio in realizing this could potentially be the last chance he has before he has to go back to the line and try and earn another shot?
Okay, I guess for starters, I know I'm off topic, but the title does look pretty cool.
It
And
sure does.
maybe I might have to keep an eye on that one, but that's for the future.
Of course,
That's
it's
not
shiny.
now.
Mike gets distracted.
Oh, okay, shut up. We'll get to you and your bald head in a minute.
Hey,
That's shiny enough.
man, everybody wants the 10 pounds of TFF gold. I keep getting emails every day. It's just what it is.
I've been trying to buy it
that's-
online. I've been trying to buy a replica. It's hard to get.
They sold.
But I
Just
They
steal
sold
it.
out so quick last time we put them up. They sold out so quick. I'm sorry.
okay. Can I get my opinion now? Because you asked me about the challenger.
No.
And I would like to.
So my bad. I got hypnotized by this bell. Okay, go ahead.
Oh, of course it. All right. So as we see, This is the challenger. This is his last shot, and I've been in similar positions as he has been, in where it's your last shot for title. If you don't win, back in the line. And that mentality, if you basically it's a must win. If you don't win this, then it's like you kind of look at other options, like what else can you do? Like what is your next direction in this company? Especially when it comes to a world championship, because at that point, you might just even fall out of the main event scene and like fall down like the card. That's like people will rise above you. So if he doesn't win this, I really wouldn't know where his mentality would be going forward. That's just as far as how I think this match is gonna go. I feel like, I hate to say this, but I think the champ's gonna retain. And I feel like in this situation, this might just be what the challenger needs to really reinvent himself.
Yeah, I really feel like if Kari Cobain happens to lose this match here, I think it'll hit him harder than what it would Joshi Gio if you were happen to lose. I mean, I get most people do not want to fall from this, main event picture scene here, especially with the world championship on the line. Speaking of moments having been ruined, I guess now that the microphone is working for him, I'll have to ask Grim over here what he happens to think about this all.
Well, first of all, hi, I'm Grim. I'm the international champion. Second of all, I think Joshi Jingo had this match won. Yoshi, whatever, how we pronounce his name. Because quite frankly, I don't like Corey.
You don't even know how to say his name.
No.
Did he say Yoshi?
You don't even know how
That's
to say his
wild.
name. Did you just say Yoshi?
Yeah.
Like Mario?
He said Joshi
You think
Jingle?
he's a dinosaur?
Yep. And I think he's going to use Corey Cobain as a stepping stone to regain the TFF World Championship.
That's not how you say his name
and
either.
just burn it all down. Just burn it all down. Yep. Fuck you,
I
Fangs.
apologize, guys. And I apologize in having him realize his mic was turned off this entire time. I didn't think he would catch
Don't
on. I thought this
apologize
whole
for
panel
that.
was. I thought this whole panel was going to be easy for the listeners to enjoy, and now he's caught on. So now I'm more than
I really
obligated.
wish that he kept his glasses at home so he couldn't see the button. Whatever.
Probably. I mean, your sentiment, Grim, seems rather authentic when it comes to well, first of all, mispronouncing these two guys' names. But look, I will say this, right? I think this not only would be a really great defense for Kari Cobain, I also happen to think that this would be somewhat of an established match here, established match victory for Kari in his championship reign. If anything, it just comes at the expense of sending Joshi Gio to the back of the line. I mean, again, I mentioned before, nobody wants to be in that picture, but it's a tale of two sides of the same coin. It's you're either gonna lose this championship match in a reign that you probably felt was gonna be going further than here at Locked Away, or you defend here successfully and send the guy who wants to ruin everything that we have about this, send him to the back of the line and start finding a way for new contenders and have many more matches going forward. So yeah, I couldn't agree more with Mike here. I happen to think that Kari Cobain is going to be successfully retaining here.
Of course you do.
I do. I happen to think that. Crazy Joe, what about you, man? Do you looking at this here? Obviously, with it being the World Championship, are you split down the middle, or with your history with Kari here, is it more of a one-sided feeling?
Now, I have history with Kari Cobain, but I also have history with Joshi Gio. Me and him have had battles for the TFF World title in the past. So, I know how good both of these competitors can be when they are on their A game. But with Joshi Gio falling from the top of the mountain, he is coming into this match hungrier than ever before. He just had a Mosh Pit Rumble appearance where he came in at number 13 and he was the Iron Man in that Rumble. He lasted all the way to the final 3. He lasted longer than any other participant in that match. However, Kari Cobain is coming into this title defense 78 days as champion. And this is his 4th title defense. If he is to successfully defend this title, he ties for the most defenses with a TFF World Championship ever.
Right.
The current record is held by Bryson Jacobs during his first title reign, where he broke the record for most days as champion. Bryson Jacobs could tie that defense record in under half of those days. So for that reason, for him being that much of a fighting champion, I'm going with Kari Cobain.
Absolutely. It feeds more into that history making, that step that he'll need further. I mean, being able to break that record in half the days, as well as it's been for him as being a fighting champion, that's about all the that's all the more push that you'll need to make sure you win this match here. But also, Joshi Gio breaking that from happening, preventing that from happening, I think could really set the world on fire here for TFF altogether.
I mean, Joshi Gio at one point was on top of the TFF world, not only the TFF world, but the SOW world at the same time. He's the only man to ever hold both of those companies' titles at the same time. So you know how good of a competitor you have to be if you're Joshi Gio in this match to get this world title back. Again, that being said, I think the run that Kari Cobain is on right now is just uncomparable to anything we've seen in TFF before. Like this, he's on pace to even outbeat Gustavo Luis's record with the Intercontinental title.
Yeah, you do have a point there.
I do have to
Grim.
I do have to bring up a point that I feel like I should have to make. Do you, I hate much to say, do you think defending the title in an RHW ring and in a different environment than the TFF filth is going to play a factor on Kari Cobain's title defense here tonight?
I don't think it will at all for Kari Cobain, because he's already defended it in a RHW ring before. Back at the Royal Gauntlet, he defended it against Kareem Hall. That was his first title defense since winning the belt. And actually going into this matchup, I just remembered that he's actually coming in with 4 defenses. If he wins this title match, he breaks the record. So that's even more of a sentiment.
Were we off
He
one?
recently just defended the title against Phoenix Nitro.
Oh, damn.
So who knows?
So-
Kitty Cobain might actually do it.
Well,
All right. Before we get some picket fence signs here and people trying to burn down this panel, let's go ahead and get our final say-so before we go ahead and move on to the next match we'll be talking about here. Final predictions here. Let's start with Mike. Mike, you said that you feel that Kari Cobain's gonna retain here. Is that your prediction set?
Yeah, absolutely. I think the chance to retain. I think we're gonna get a big moment out of it, and I cannot wait to see what he does next after he beats his challenger.
Crazy Joe, what about you, man?
I got the champion retaining, Kari Cobain.
Kari Cobain 2 for them. Grim.
I got to completely agree with everything Mike said. I got to go with Kitty Cobain.
Okay.
Jesus.
So that's gonna be four thumbs up here for Kari Cobain in defending here successfully against Joshi Gio at Locked Away.
Go.
The next match we have up to talk about is, one of the panel members is a part of it, unfortunately. We are talking, of course, the Extreme Rules match, my captain, Zoe Remy versus Grim. And since it involves Grim, before we go ahead and get to him, I do want to let you guys know, fair warning here, that for this match and probably for the future matches that we will be talking about, I should have probably announced this beforehand, that if Grim does not agree with any of our opinions said to him, about him, or towards him, he is not allowed to get violent, because if he even lays one finger on us, well, it's it's 3 against 1, and you could probably put together in your head what's going to happen. I'm talking the fists are flying here, Grim. So if you will so ever indulge me about how you feel going against Zoe Remy here in this Extreme Rules match at Locked Away.
Well, this is all of her fault. It all started back when that evil, dastardly Seth Raven attacked me and made my life a living hell, brought my family in it, started my house on fire, everything. And she got involved. And ever since she won that Royal Rumble, she has been a pain in my ass, trying to be my friend, all that stuff. So I decided that I don't want to be friends with her, and she didn't get the memo. So after I brutalized her parents and after I brutalized you, Fangs, I actually went to the management or board of directors, not you, because you're a fake ass general manager.
Okay.
And I got this match as a New York street fight. There are no ring ropes, there are no disqualifications, no pinfalls. The only way to win is submission. So like I beat the shit out of her parents, made them tap out. I'm going to make her tap out in the middle of the ring, live from New York City. And I'm going to take my belt and clobber it off of her skull. And I'm going to show the world, I'm going to show you watching at home, that I am the most hated international champion of all time. And if you even get in my way, I will eradicate your existence. Anywho.
Which is crazy. Which is crazy there, Grimothy, because you know what? You were right to go to the board directors and Ami, because you know what? I would have put your little international championship on the line for my captain. And I'm not saying that in a biased way. Yes, I am actually, because it's you. But you know what? You ought to be lucky that this match at Locked Away isn't for the international championship. I should have some common sense to go out there in the middle of the match and announce that it's officially for the international championship. But I'm not going to do that, because I have a feeling that's what you want me to do. I have a feeling that I think that this villain here is trying to play some 4D chess and trying to get into the mind of the RHW general manager, because I think he has some dastardly plan to attack my captain, probably before the match to make it a little bit easier on himself. That's what I think is going to go on here.
She already has 2 broken ribs and a broken leg. What else is there to do? I mean, when you plummeted from that catwalk, I mean, how did it feel knowing that that's exactly what I did to her?
Okay.
I had the best medical team beside me.
Okay, we're going to break this up for a little bit. Joe, do you want to add anything on here before I say my piece?
I 100% believe in Zoe Remy kicking Grim's ass.
Fair enough. I will also like to mention, because I love the fact we keep skipping over this person, but hey, I guess that's the group. So Grim is actually defending his championship next episode after this against Seth Maxwell. So that's also something we got to add in too, because not only you could say Zoe's kind of warming up Grim for that, Grim's also warming up Zoe for Trixie. So there's 2 big matches coming up for both of them after this. So it's going to be not that likely they're going to be 100% for either of them. Zoe's been beaten up. She's been through a lot. I personally don't have the best history with her La Familia, because me and Ash went at it for months. And she kind of got put in the middle the entire time. I would also like to say, as far as just like this match is concerned, I don't like Grim. I don't respect Grim, but I will like to say, should I get mean? Because I don't mind getting mean, because Grim's already said a lot of shit here. Time causing a bunch of shit if we have to, but fuck it, why not? So it's honestly pretty funny to me, honestly, that Grim keeps attacking people's family or parents. He attacked Gav Ashton's relatives, Sexo Remy's relatives. He attacked Seth Raven's relatives. Constantly with everyone else's relatives or parents. And like, well, yeah, you attacked Seth Raven's grandma. It's honestly just pretty surprising. Well, it's not even surprising, because clearly you do all of this shit. But have you been there for your son? Because clearly he's been injured for the past 2 years, and you haven't been there at all. So taking out all your anger on everybody else, but not being there for your own kid.
I think the word you're looking
kind of
for
ironic.
is disowned.
Well, because you're a deadbeat. So
Wow, do you guys see the abuse I have to take week in and week out, all because I am being myself? Just like Mickey Mouse said, be yourself and good things come, and yet I had to brutalize Chandler Sill to win this championship, because quite frankly, the champion beforehand, he was nothing but a piece of shit on the ground that I stepped on to save this championship. And now the fact that all three of you are sitting here disrespecting the most hated international champion of all time, quite frankly, makes me sick. And you say I'm warming up for Trixie. Well, the thing about that is the reason why I wanted this match is because I'm going to break her down. I'm going to tear her apart limb from limb. And she's simply not going to make it to Hardcore Mania. Hell, I would main event against Trixie, and I would take the Women's Championship myself. That's just how spiteful I am against her. So that's right, Trixie. You better watch out. I cannot stand that everybody likes this captain bullshit. I see right through the pirate captain shit. I mean, what the hell is a man shark? Can I ask what a manny is? If Zoe Remy wants to walk out and beat me tonight, she's going to have to climb up, I don't know, 50, 100 feet, jump off the stage for all I care. There is no way in hell that I am tapping out to somebody who dresses up and cosplays as a pirate.
I would like to think that maybe that's the way to think for you, but there is a winning strategy here, Grimothy, and I would happen to think it's if the captain, my captain, Zoe Remy, takes a page out of good old Mickey Fresh's debut match, I would happen to think maybe they even have more of a chance than what they already do here at Locked Away.
Did you see the clown that was in the audience? As a matter of fact, has anybody seen the clown that has been following me around New York all weekend? Anybody else, just me? Anywho, that doesn't matter. That was a fluke. Mickey, Mikey, whatever the hell he's called. The mouse beating me was a fluke. We all seen it. My shoulder was up. Foot was under the ropes. Slow count. You want to name it? That's what happened.
Mike, do we think that was a fluke? I don't know. I clearly without it, because I know, because it was the favorite part of that match there. Did we all had the cameras there seeing the shoulders on the canvas for the three, right? I'm not tripping over here.
We all saw it, and now I'm starting to wonder if Zoe wins. Has she earned the opportunity at the International Championship? And hasn't Mickey Fresh already earned the opportunity at the International Championship too?
No, because that's where I got beat right there. I got beat right there. That's
such a good inquiry. I mean, I still don't know what the board of directors was thinking, not putting that championship on the line. But you make a really good point there, Mike. That's something I'm gonna have to write down in my notes when I get back to the office.
Well, you see, that's why I got you beat there.
All right, so
I'm going to be beating that failure, that miserable lowlife, whatever the hell you call him, the golden heart, the pink heart, the shitty brown heart. Seth Maxwell will be my next defense. So do whatever you want, Mr. General Manager.
All right, so let's get to the final predictions, just so this one can lose some steam.
We sure shall. Let's go ahead and Mike. Let's go ahead and hear your prediction here. Who do you think's winning this match?
I'm gonna be honest here. Okay, two of your. I'm gonna be honest. I can't believe I'm saying this, but Zoe needs to show me a serious out of her. She needs to pull something that I haven't seen, because so far it's been pretty goofy and pretty not even comical, but unserious from Zoe. So I need to see a serious side of Zoe, or she's not winning. And right now, since I haven't really seen much, I kind of have to go for Grim. He's more 100%. He's in better health right now, even though his bald head isn't helping the case. But
that's no pattern baldness.
Yeah. Zoe's not even 100, to being ready, so I have to go with Grim, sadly.
We got, unfortunately, one thumb up for Grim. Crazy Joe, what say you, man?
Yeah.
I think when you beat somebody down to their most vulnerable point, that's actually when they become the most dangerous. And because I get tacos with Manny on Tuesdays, I'm going to have to go with the Captain Zoe Remy.
That's understandable. We got one thumb up for Grim and one thumb up for Captain Mike Captain.
You taco eating
I feel like
back.
I shouldn't have to ask. I feel like I shouldn't have to ask, but Grim, what is your prediction here?
Oh, or unpopular opinion, and I'm going to disagree with the taco eating big back. Obviously, your favorite, most hated international champion is going to walk out the victor. And maybe I'll go fishing for a giant man shark after.
Okay, that's 2 thumbs up for Grim, or should I say one thumb up? And well, you get the gist. You know what? I'm gonna tie it here. Because I will piggyback off what Mike just said, and I will say I think we will get a more serious side of Zoe Remy here. I think knowing that their back's gonna be against the wall, coming in a little bit injured, I will put all my faith in the captain, my captain, to where Zoe Remy will make that bald villain Grimothy walk the plank in this match, and I happen to see the captain come out on top, and that is more than a biased take. That is a vow that I wish to see here. So that's going to be 2 and 2, split right down the middle. Up next, we will be talking about the TFF Women's Elimination Chamber, obviously to find out who will be the number 1 contender to go on to have a chance to face Akira Yukimura for the TFF Universal Championship. Mari Moon, Bree George, Amaya Hoshizora, Lizzie Scarlett, Thea, and B. Bear, what a cast of women we have here for this chamber match. Crazy Joe, you obviously know with this match here in play, a lot of it is right on the line here of who will be the one to survive to the very end. And I'm not going to ask you just yet on who you think is going to win this match, but I do want your opinion here on just the cast of women that we have being enrolled here for this chamber match.
Well, first off, when I'm talking about everybody in this chamber match, and I am very, very excited for this chamber match, I got to talk about the former champion first and foremost. She lost it at Stage Dive. She wasn't pinned by Akira Yukimura. She was not involved in the finish of that Fatal 4-Way match. Bree George is looking to get her rematch at Wrestle Summit for Akira Yukimura. She probably has the most reason out of anybody in this match to go all in on what they have to do to get the win here tonight. As far as other competitors in this matchup, Amaya has history with Akira Yukimura. We saw that Amaya faced Akira Yukimura in the gauntlet match at the Guerrero Cup. Then they had another match at Cold Day in Hell, which Akira Yukimura won. You got to think that Amaya is wanting her revenge and a shot at that TFF Universal Championship once again. Lizzie Scarlett is a former TFF Universal Champion. She lost it to Bree George, so there's going to be a little bit of butting heads between those two in this contest. Not only that, but we saw on the last TFF remix that Lizzie Scarlett was pinned during the main event trios match, which means she will unfortunately have to come out first in the chamber. The woman who will not have to come out first, in fact, the woman who got the pin after 3 extinguishers back to back to back on Lizzie Scarlett, is the fiery French woman Thea. She will be coming in last in the chamber, so her odds to win this thing dramatically improve. We talk about the masked, almost a legendary figure now in TFF is Mari Moon. She's never gone to the top of the mountain before, but she has had battles with Lizzie Scarlett, with Amaya, with Bree George, and she has held her own with all of them. In fact, back at War of the Worlds, Mari Moon had a shot at Bree George for the TFF Universal Championship and came just about a hair's length away from beating Bree George that night. And then, last but certainly not least, she's not a newcomer to CAW by any means, but she is more of a newcomer here in TFF, is B. Barrett. So it's going to see B. Barrett. This is really a match for her to prove herself. She had a good showing at the Mosh Pit Rumble at Stage Dive. Unfortunately, she was thrown out by Bryson Jacobs. Oh, fuck that guy. But B. Barrett this is her opportunity to show what she has to the TFF audience. And if anybody has a good chance at winning this thing, it might be B. Barrett by a surprise.
It might just be. I mean, I know I see a lot of known favorites here throughout. Many people that happen to watch the product. A lot of prominent names that'll be a part of this chamber here. I'm gonna head over to Mike, and I'm obviously gonna leave Grimothy for last. Mike, looking at this, I mean, all six of these women here, and knowing right out the jump that that Lizzie's going to be starting out first. What is your opinion here, and maybe having some advice on what Lizzie would need to do to try and at least last within the last final three?
Okay. I haven't had a chamber match in years, but I never had to start from one. When you start from one, it's kind of like a similar situation when you start from one in the Rumble. You need to conserve as much energy as you can and not go balls to the wall immediately in the match. Because if you go crazy, you're gonna run out of energy or any like chances on keeping your momentum going. So it's better to slowly build it throughout the match than use it all out at once. So that would be my advice to Lizzie, and just play it smart. If you see two people fighting already, don't get involved. Stay back a bit, catch a breather, and then get in once one of them is taken out already to take advantage. In this match, there's no limits. You can do anything inside the chamber. The only thing you can't do is escape it. So you need to use those chamber walls for your advantage. I know a lot of these women in this match already. I've commentated matches with B. Barrett. I've commentated matches with Amaya. I've known Brie for a long time. I share a locker room with Thea. Lizzie, I went to a party with Lizzie. I don't know much about Mari, but from the information you have gathered for me, she is, honestly, she might be the dark horse, but I feel like that's just as far as, notability, but she is really talented. In this match, it's not going to be like who's the most popular, who's the most this or that. It's not going to come down to that. It's whoever can survive the longest. Honestly, I don't know, because Thea is the last entry in this match, which is a good thing for her. But at the same time, when you get to that point, you're not going to have as much momentum as everyone else who's been fighting for a while in the match. It's going to take you a while to get back into it. So she can get caught off guard immediately and get hit with someone else's finisher. So it's a blessing, but at the same time, it can also go horribly wrong for you if you enter too late.
Yeah, that's understandable. That's understandable here.
So honestly, I don't know. I'm gonna say Team Amaya for me. I think Amaya is gonna be smart enough to walk out with the victory here. I've seen what she's capable of doing. I literally commentated a main event match with her and Madison Reyes in the main event of Paradise, which was a week ago, which is also a partner show of RHW. If Amaya can keep up with Madison and a bunch of other people, I feel like she's smart enough to handle this.
Okay. I hear you right there. And Grimothy, I would like to think that you don't hate women as much as you do here in this world.
I'm going to ask if you could repeat that. You cut out really bad with your cheap Temu mic.
Oh, that's... I would like to think that you don't hate women as much here in the actual world. But I want to get your opinion here on this Elimination Chamber match. What do you happen to think going into this?
Well, going into it, I wish everybody luck. I've seen Amaya, and I know for a fact that she's been clawing for a championship opportunity in RHW for a fact. Nice to see Brie finally showing up to work. But I have to put my money on B. Barrett simply because when B. Barrett's in a match, everybody gravitates towards the evil B. Barrett. B. Barrett wins. She goes fights the champion. And just like clockwork, all of a sudden that belt, like B. Magnet's a belt magnet, just comes right to her. So B. Barrett's my choice. Who I don't want to win is that French Karen, Tia Hale. Because I don't need that Tia Hale being the TFF Universal Champion or whatever.
That's not her name. Her name's not Thea Hale. That's a completely different person.
Oh, yeah. So she might have to speak to the general manager about that. But yeah, that's all I have to say.
It's the not Hale. Okay, let's get it right here. It's the not Hale. So you want B Barrett to win this?
Well, it's not that I want B Barrett to win this. It's that from what I've seen, it's that B Barrett is going to win this because I don't know what kind of magic in the world of the B Barrett, or I don't know if she's the voodoo witch or anything, but B Barrett just seemed to win everything. Except when she fought Julia and lost the United States Championship. That was probably the best day I've had in a while.
I will also like to add, B had a qualifying match to get in the chamber here tonight to find whoever is going to go on to face Julia for the United States Championship. She lost to Mara Parker, so this right now she might be walking into a lot more fuel to the fire because she already lost one qualifier. I don't think she wants to lose this chamber match after going through everything she had to. What B needs to do, if I'm being honest, kind of a similar boat with Zoe. We're seeing this similar side with B over and over and over again, where it's like very happy-go-lucky. I need to see B seriously. I need to see B get in there and rip some heads off and just like fight for it. Not the one that's gonna be nice and friendly, everyone with the locker room. This is when you get serious. And if you can't get serious in a match like this, you're not gonna go too far than where you're at right now. So
yeah, I get that. I mean, like I was saying before, a lot of prominent names here in this match, a lot of favorites all throughout the people that are going to be tuning in for here. I happen to think it's not going to be easy choosing or predicting a winner here for this chamber match, just like it will be for the men's chamber match. But I mean, to be honest with you, you can't really go wrong in predicting who's going to win this. As a matter of fact, I think all 6 women have a very good reason to win this. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and confirm our predictions here. We're going to start off with Mike. Mike, you staying 10 toes down on that prediction of yours?
Yep, I'm Team Amaya.
Team Amaya. We got 1 thumb up for Team Amaya Hoshizora. Crazy Joe?
I'm gonna say with her past experiences and past history with the current Universal Champion, I feel like I am also Team Amaya.
Okay, we got 2 thumbs up for a Team Amaya Hoshizora. Grimathy, what about you? You sticking it to B Barrett and
As
only
I
B
said
Barrett?
before, I believe in Brie George.
Now wait a minute.
Hold on, that
That's
male
not
pattern
what you said
baldness.
before.
Hold on, I think that male pattern baldness kind of got to you a little bit. Are you changing your decision?
Oh, as I said, Brie George wins everything. So yeah, I'm going with Brie George.
Oh my god. You said B Barrett. I just said Brie George.
I could.
We can go back right now and rewind.
This is
that tape,
why
right?
he's the villain, because he's starting to irk my nerves here a little bit having him here at the panel. I'm gonna go ahead and say that that Grimathy chose and is predicting B Barrett. That's just what happens to be on the record here. If I could look back at the tape just a little bit, word for word, he said he thinks that B Barrett is going to win here, like she wins everything. Is that right, Grim?
I think when you had that fall, I think you hit your head a little too hard and are hallucinating.
Okay. So you're changing your mind and you're choosing Brie George.
If that's what makes you happy, sure.
All right, we got 1 thumb up for Brie George, 2 thumbs up for Amaya, and you know what? I'm going to be the odd man out because I have reason to believe that not only is Lizzie Scarlett, what a woman, not only is Lizzie Scarlett going to be entering at number 1, I think she's taking it the whole freaking way. I have my belief that Lizzie Scarlett is going to pull off the unthinkable and is going to survive to the end and win this chamber match to go on to face Akira Yukimura. My God. For the TFF Universal Championship. That is my prediction, and I think we have it all set now.
All
Well, up next, we have yet another championship match to talk about. It is the Universal Championship for RHW. We are talking one of our members here on the panel, Mike Maxwell, will be going one-on-one with Bobby Legend. Mike, it's only right we go ahead and turn this over to you. How are you feeling about to head into this championship match with Bobby?
Can you give me one moment? Grim is currently messing with my microphone, so let someone else handle it real quick.
Yeah, you.
Oh, Grimothy, I guess it turns over to you.
Oh, I guess, well, Mike's definitely been, using those quotations, working hard and shit-talking RHW management lately. And I know the leaks came out about what they've been saying about him behind his back, but it is warranted. He is really sparkly and over the top. But he is standing across the ring from the trillionaire titan, the man who has more money than all of us combined, Bobby Legend. And Bobby Legend's been very vocal about how he doesn't feel that Mike should be number one contender. But I do have to give Mike the Magnum, whatever his name is, credit. Even though he did flop in the Rumble, he flopped right over the top rope, hit a skill, whatever. He did glassed out, 19 other people to win this spot. But I think Bobby's gonna beat the ever-loving shit out of Mike, and I think Mike's gonna lose.
Okay, well, that's your opinion. Now I can finally give my side of the story. Finally. And I know a certain person who's behind the camera might be annoyed, but thankfully Sean Laveau is not here tonight.
Good night, mate.
Alright, so Alright, so after what happened at the the Royal Gauntlet, I got suspended because I was speaking up way too much about, I was speaking up for Zoe, speaking up for the whole locker room, speaking up for Seth, just generally, and management was not happy about it with me. But
Say that name.
here's the thing. I read over my contracts and I notice the loopholes when I see it. And thankfully, if people didn't see the episode, please tune into Mike Cherney, because this episode will explain how I got back here. But I looked over my contract and I realized that if you hold a championship from my partner Joe, that being Paradise Wrestling, I would be able to enter a match as a mystery entry. So I used that clause in my contract to go in back to RHW and win my way back into the company and back into this match. Yes, I'm sparkly, I'm loud, I'm obnoxious, but I try my best to lead this locker room with respect, dignity, and try to make the best of it that we can.
Just not the Grim.
Obviously, Grim is I'm not gonna say anything because it's not about him. This is about me versus Bobby.
Yeah, you tell him.
I've been training for a while now because I've been so in this place of I want to be world champion again, because the last time I held one, I only had it for a day because I got a broken neck that took me out for 2 years. So I've never really had a world championship reign. So this is an opportunity for me to go in there, prove myself, show the world what I'm capable of, and really ensure that we have a world champion that we can respect heading into Hardcore Mania, where I would go against Chancel if I was to win.
Oh, okay. Okay, and do you, before I turn it over to Crazy Joe here about his thoughts on this match, do you feel like, ever since coming back and finding your way back into the company, do you feel like maybe a loss deters you from any sort of newfound confidence that you were able to get back?
Well, let's be honest. In my first few matches, until I had a one-on-one with Ash on Out of Control, I was losing every single match, whether it was outside interference or I lost by passing out. And if a loss happens, it happens. But I can get back up and I can keep moving, because I'm not going to have myself be just sitting in the back watching everything go down to Hardcore Mania. I've been grateful enough that I've been training. I've been trained with Crazy Joe. I've been training a lot more with Jay Jones, who's been my trainer and person who's been training me to get back here in the first place for a while now. So I feel confident, but if I don't win, I'll find my way onto the card and I'll be rooting for Chancel in the back.
Oh, okay. Crazy Joe, after hearing what Mike had just said here about basically his path back into RHW, especially with this being for the Universal Championship. I mean, how much of that weight do you think is on Mike's shoulders at the moment to see if he could, in fact, capture this championship from Bobby Legend?
I mean, I think there is a lot of pressure on Mike's shoulders, but there is one word I can use to describe Mike. It would be resiliency. This is a man who was out for 2 years with a neck injury, and I'm no stranger to neck injuries myself. They suck. Most recently, I was out for 2 months after a death match with a neck injury of my own. Your entire lower body hurts. It's not just your neck, it's your entire spinal cord, it's your nervous system. Everything hurts in your body. And the fact that for 2 years, after such a devastating injury, way worse than my neck injury, he's even still trying to compete, is resiliency within itself. This whole situation, fighting himself back into RHW, fighting himself back into another world title opportunity, in this case, a universal title opportunity, that is resiliency. And Mike, me and you have trained a little bit. I've helped you on this journey. I can, with full confidence, say Bobby Legend is a tough opponent. But Mike, I think you're going to walk away the Universal Champion here.
It's a good nod towards
And I do really
Mike
appreciate
Maxwell. Yeah,
I
also
also know, like, if you kept up some of Bobby's matches here, Bobby has gotten outside help in the past, especially at Super Show when he faced Carnage, when his let's just say someone he's close to deciding to get involved in this match. So I know with Bobby, he's a very dangerous threat, but I'm also very aware of what he's willing to do to get the job done. And if I have to go to his levels to get the job done, so be it. But I know what he's capable of, and I feel confident to be prepared for anything he throws at me.
You also got to watch Alicia Portman, his evil little whatever the hell he called it, his assistant, I believe.
Trust me. If Alicia shows up, I have someone else here to take her out, so don't worry about that.
Alrighty.
Oh, we got somebody on the side here?
Yeah. Do you think I'm that stupid not to show up with backup? I was getting jumped for months by the Code of Suffering, and you don't think I would have learned from that? Come on.
No, you're right. I'll give you that here. I'll give you that.
I should mention the fact that
Grimothy.
What? You're rude. How rude.
Grimothy, look, it's times like these where we start talking about matches, and I just feel like there's really no need to ask for your opinion, but it's my job to do so. I have a job here. I'm getting paid to do this, so I really must stand by what I must do here. So, in as little words as you can, right? What do you think of Mike Maxwell potentially becoming the new Universal Champion in RHW?
Oh, that poor belt. That poor championship. He's going to turn the strap blue and add glitter to it or something. But I will give him credit.
Would that be so bad?
If he beats Bobby tonight, I will give him credit because he would win the belt better than Bobby did. Because Bobby used that wild card rule for that wild card championship to steal it. And if it helped that his fling thing or whatever the hell he calls her is helped, he blowed Morgan, and Morgan was like, oh, whatever, and that's how he won. But if Mike somehow manages to end his reign going into Mania, I just feel bad for that belt.
I think we forgot to mention one person then. Owen Stevens currently holds the Wildcard Championship. That can be cashed in on both the Universal Championship, the World Heavyweight Championship.
Why would you remind him?
Who knows? Maybe even the TFF Championship. I said the TFF Championship too, so he has 3 options.
Well, hey, I think Owen is too busy taking pictures with his belts to cash that one in.
Which he might have a point there, just a little bit, just a little bit.
Oh
let's go ahead and round out this conversation here about this matchup. Mike, I have a feeling what your prediction is going to be, but go ahead and lay it on us here for this. Who do you think is winning this matchup?
Bobby.
I think we're going to be seeing a new Universal Champion, and we're also going to be seeing a new strap on that belt, because now, since Grim wants to say it, I will ensure that belt strap is changed to match whatever attire I got for Mania.
Okay. So we got one thumb up for Mike Maxwell. Crazy Joe, it's on to you, man. What do you think?
I think that new strap is going to look absolutely fabulous. I'm going to have Mike becoming the new Universal Champion.
That's 2 thumbs up from Mike Maxwell. We head on over to me. I happen to think that Mike Maxwell is also going to be the new champion. That'll be three thumbs up for Mike Maxwell, and then obviously, whatever opinion we get from Grimothy over there. Grim, what say you?
You can take my thumb and my big toe and you can put it down, because I think Alicia Portman is going to walk out as Universal Champion. Oh, excuse me, Bobby.
Okay. You think we're going to get a new champion, just not Mike Maxwell?
Oh, no. I think Bobby's going to win. May or may not have been paid to say that.
Okay. Well, we're going to have to check your pay stubs later on, the little bank statements you got in terms of transactions. So it looks to be the popular opinion we will be having a new Universal RHW champion in Mike Maxwell at Locked Away. Well, up next, we will be having to discuss the RHW Women's Elimination Chamber. Obviously going to be finding the winner to see who goes up to grant themselves a United States Championship opportunity. Obviously, that's going to be a match later on that we're going to speak about between AJ Parker and Julia Monet. I'm talking, of course, this one Chambers match with Selena Satoru, Amara Parker, Brina Story, Cherry, whose last name is, I'm pretty sure we're going to go ahead and butcher it, Blackville. And we also have Maven and Celine invited here as well for this chamber match. Grim, I feel like you probably didn't see it coming that I was going to be starting off with you, but that's exactly what we're going to do here. Once again, certainly hope that you don't have any distaste towards all the women here on this planet. But looking at this chamber match, what are your thoughts going into it?
Well, they're locked into a ring. They're locked in a cage with a spooky, scary witch lady and a demon. I mean, Cherry's the legit demon, so she claims. And then you have that dastardly, that evil Selena Satoru, who cost me everything in another Fed. And then you have a Mara of the Parker, and she's been climbing for an opportunity for quite some time, and maybe tonight, just maybe, will be her chance. And then you have Maven Sinclair. And Miss Sinclair is extremely new. This is their second match in RHW, so I wish her luck. But hopefully we don't see any spooky, scary magic shit from Celine. And because of what we've seen Celine do, she's my pick to win. And I hope Selena Satoru, and I hope the Ojo Dojo, wherever that Mojo Dojo, I hope it burns to a ground. Nice fiery crisp.
Yeah, listen, that's not going to be the case. It's going to be around for many, many years to come. I'm going to switch over to Mike here. Mike, do you feel like you have a horse in the race here for this chamber match?
Okay.
He's biased. Don't
first
ask him.
off, it's maybe. Okay. First, shut up. We need to discuss how pronunciation of someone's name, because someone flipped out on the commentators last episode. Grim. So it's maybe an Auclair, not Sinclair.
It's Sinclair because I want it to be.
Okay. Well, you can deal with
Screw you, Austin.
With her wrath.
Screw you, Damio. Shut up, Damio. I know you're watching this.
Just my pick is not Maven, unfortunately, but Brian.
Brianne.
I want to say Miss Story, because I'm probably gonna fuck up her name the most. I'm sorry.
It's Brina.
Brina.
It's spelled Brianna, but okay, whatever you guys want.
You're gonna add a page to your story, brother.
I'm sorry. Miss Brina. I don't have her winning, but I
Thank
feel
you.
like she's gonna go.
God, he
through
can't talk.
Okay, fuck you. I honestly, the person I think is gonna win or who I want to win is Amara. I've known Amara for years. I've seen how far she's willing to go. She has also made stops in RHW prior to even sign with the company. So all this momentum heading into this match, especially as she beat B Barrett, who's a former champ, I think it's up her alley. But person I would keep the most eyes on is Celine. Yes, if you see the makeup right now, it's hard to see her eyes. But Celine, I think, is the most dangerous person in this match, both physically but also mentally. Also, she now has Mason Fatal on her side, and who knows who else around here. Maybe it's Paige also on her side. I don't know if I can know. Celine, if you don't get Celine out, if you don't play smart against Celine, you're not going to win. So I would focus maybe sending Black Veil after her and have those two going at it for a bit to see which one survives, then take the other one out. Point is, I'm team Amara Parker in this. We'll see if I'm team AJ Parker later on tonight.
Okay. I see where you're coming from. Let me see here. Crazy Joe. I know that we had talked about the TFF chamber a while ago, but switching over sides here for RHW. What are your thoughts on this?
I think every competitor in this chamber is very capable of pulling out the win here tonight, much like the TFF Women's Chamber. However, if I had to spotlight a couple of these women, Selena Satoru, I know, is very, very capable when it comes to multi-person matches. She has a lot of experience, specifically in 6 women matches, whether that is trios matches, whether that is this elimination chamber right here. She has a lot of experience in that. Brina Story, I've personally have tagged with her on multiple occasions, so I know what kind of competitor that she is. I've seen Cherry almost kill people with my own 2 eyes, so I'm a little afraid of her, if anything. But you know what? If I had to pick anybody to really go with in this chamber, it probably is Selena Satoru.
Wow.
Yeah, you can't go wrong there. I'll agree with Crazy Joe. I mean, I've seen many instances where it feels like Selena going into these kind of matches, it's kind of like it's her go-to. It's something that she's very comfortable in, kind of knows the formula on her way to victory, especially with people that when she shares the ring with people, it's kind of like other names where you think that Selena's not going to come out on top, and boom, she definitely surprises you. So I definitely agree with you on that. Even though there's, like, as I mentioned before with the other chamber match, a ton of prominent names here. I'm very familiar with Brina's story and what she has going on there. I suddenly got introduced to Celine, so it's a lot of names here, but I am more familiar with Selena Satoru, and I happen to think that this might just be the match that she needs to be able to win here in this chamber match.
Wow. Of course, everybody goes for her. She's the leader of a cult.
It's not a cult. It's a dojo.
It's a legit training school.
She's sensei. That's what she is. Anyway.
Did you
Look,
also jump
Grim,
her?
I don't know.
I see how it is.
You did, you bastard. How dare you?
Well, I am sorry
Okay, so-
that I butchered Gavin Ashton in front of the world, but I had to do it.
Wait, okay, hold on. So there's Celine and Selena in this match, right?
Sure.
Yes.
Okay, thank God I'm not going crazy. Because there's a second.
You're not going crazy. You're not going crazy.
Hold on. Who trusted Celine with the fucking dojo? It's so scary.
Even though we had mentioned prior for the other women's chamber match that we were talking about, how we were saying you couldn't really go wrong there. Here in this match, I do have it. I mean, looking through it, obviously, I know a lot of people are fans of Cherry, as well as Amara Parker. Brina Story has been a really good coming up story as well, no pun intended. And obviously with Celine being a little bit more on the newer side in terms of what I've been able to witness. I still happen to think that there's some clear choices here and who you would happen to pick the favorite of. So I'm gonna go ahead and round this out with confirmed predictions here. Grimothy, since we went ahead and started with you, who do you think is gonna be winning this chamber match here?
Celine, easily. I mean, did you see what she did to Madison
You think-
Reyes? I mean, I don't know what kind of hypnosis she did or whatever the hell she did, the Latin spell, but she had poor Madison doing whatever she wanted her to. So, yeah.
So you're picking Madison Reyes to win this?
No! Her forehead's too fucking big.
Okay. All right. So one thumb up for Madison Reyes. Not really in this matchup, but I mean that's Grim's choice here.
I mean,
Mike,
that's a
what
great
about you?
pick.
Yeah,
she
it
can find
is.
her way into here.
Absolutely.
Okay, Madison Reyes was gonna pull Charlotte Flair into the match and beat the crap out of somebody, take their spot, and win it. I'm kidding. My pick is Amara Parker.
You're
I have
biased.
my reasons
You
already.
shouldn't be on this panel.
Yeah. Okay, yes, I am biased, but this is the only match I'll be biased for.
My
And
only
I have
best
reasons
friend
to be
here is
biased, so
Crazy
shut
Joe,
up.
right? Crazy Joe, we're besties, right? Right.
I got to go with Selena Satoru.
Oh, you're rude, motherfucker.
Selena Satoru. I'm gonna go ahead and agree with Crazy Joe there. I'm gonna go ahead and have to be picking Selena Satoru as well. And you know, I don't know what Grim was thinking here. Obviously, I don't think he did his homework. There's clearly no Madison Reyes in this match. What? I said there's clearly no Madison Reyes here in this matchup. But I mean, if that's who he wishes, you know, is gonna win this chamber match here, you know, then by all means, Grim, whatever it is that you want to say here.
Oh, okay, well. Moving on.
All right, we have the next matchup here. Chance Sill will be going one-on-one with Sonata in a singles match, and wondering if Grim here kind of cringes at the name drop of Chance Sill, because Grim, you've kind of had multiple run-ins with this guy. I mean, obviously not really many good memories here with him. But you know, memories nonetheless, and I'm fairly certain that you'll keep right next to that cold heart of yours. Obviously, I'm talking about you being just one man shy of winning the Rumble here in RHW. Obviously, that was Chance Sill, in case you forgot. Oh, and also 2 matches in CCW where you faced Chance Sill, but you know, neither time winning. So, you know, getting into this match here with Sonata, I would happen to think that you're cheering for Sonata to win this matchup, just for your despise against the man that has had your number on multiple occasions.
Well, honestly, I'm going to be completely honest with you. I was a big Sonata fan. I loved Sonata until he decided to be the tag team partner of Samuel North. G'day, mate. I haven't forgot about that. And Sonata was the one that beat me after Chance Sill. I had the board made me team with Chance Sill to take on Samuel North and Sonata. And because Chandler Sill is such a shitty tag partner, I was pinned by Sonata. So honestly, I hope both men, when the match starts, I hope both of them have a stroke, and I hope they both die.
Oof. You know what? I can't even say that that's not nice of you, because I mean, what else did I expect here? I mean, thinking about it, you know, with these two going head to head, I can't not show a little bit of bias towards Sonata. I mean, first of all, that's my mom right there. That's my mother. And secondly, you know, I kind of feel for anybody who happens to be on the opposite end inside that squared circle with someone like Sonata. I mean, sometimes it doesn't pan out well for them, and I just certainly hope that at the end of the match, whoever happens to win, I just hope that Chance Hill can walk out there on his own power. Crazy Joe, I don't know if you have any wherewithal about how, you know, how these two, how important names these two are within just Call overall, but do you have any insight on this match?
I know a lot about Sonata. I don't know a lot about Chance Sill, other than
Good. Keep it that way.
Grim absolutely hates that man.
No, you're not supposed to say Chance. No, you don't like Chance. Chance evil.
That being said, just because I've seen more of him, I would have to go with Sonata winning this.
Oh, okay. Mike, what about you, man? I mean, it's it's a given point here that Sonata may be feared by most, and obviously challenged by some. But do you happen to have any hope for Chancel going on to this match? I mean, he's coming off that Rumble victory and having a lot of momentum on his side. Do you happen to think that Sonata could potentially alter that for him, probably derail his confidence?
Okay, so here's the thing. You guys keep saying a lot about Sonata. I know a lot of information about Chance that I could actually get to all of you here tonight. I've known Chance for almost half a decade at this point. I've known him. I've known his brother. We go way back to HPW and much of other shows before this, where I've known them. I competed against them. I competed side by side against them. So I know a lot about them as both as brothers and as singles competitors. Chance did surprise me winning the Rumble. I'll be honest. I was a bit taken back with all the surprises at the end in the Rumble, but I guess the board needed to fill out people that they approved and not people who've been working their ass off.
Not you.
Just my thoughts. And a bunch of other people around here, but not my thoughts. Not my thoughts. Chance has a lot of determination. He has a lot of heart. He has a lot of skill. He's not afraid of much, and I know he's not afraid of Sonata. I wouldn't be afraid of Sonata. I wouldn't be afraid to step in the ring with him one day, but that's not the point. Chance, I think, has the ability to go take it to the place where he needs to go to beat Sonata. I think Sonata, I don't think it's over his head. I think at this point, if Sonata wins, that opens the question of, does Sonata earn this shot into a championship match? Whether that's for the Universal or for something else. Because he's, he would have beat the Rumble winner. And his tag team partner that he teamed up with to beat Grimm is in the chamber. And he isn't. So I think we need to start looking at how can this win be beneficial for Sonata. And there's a lot of things, but right now, I know I want to be the loner on this island, but I'm Team Chancel. I think Chance's going to pull it off somehow.
It's a lot of confidence for Chance, and I know a lot of people tend to have their fair share of thoughts when it comes to Chance, and obviously he's doing great things here in RHW. Really has that Rumble win in his back pocket. I mean, that's about as good as it can get for him. I can't really. I'm a little bit at a torn perspective here because I kind of want both guys to win, but at the same time, I'm not ashamed to admit that I would think Sonata needs to win here as well. So let's go ahead and round out quickly some of these predictions here, so that way we don't kick the dead horse or Grimm here right here at the panel. Let's go ahead and round out our predictions. Mike, let's go ahead and turn right back over to you. Use the old reverse Uno card, if you will. You're sticking with Chancel winning this match?
Absolutely, and I'd also like to add one thing. Keep an eye out for Kirk Crimson, because there was a match approved that didn't go to air, but maybe we'll see very soon, of Kirk Crimson versus Sonata. So keep an eye out for that one.
Kirk Crimson. Okay, very well. Crazy Joe, what say you?
I got Sonata winning.
Fair. To the point. Grimathy?
I think Chandler still is going to win.
You think Chandler? Okay, Chandler. I don't know.
Yeah, I think Chandler.
All right.
As he usually does.
Guys, production team, why do we have Grimm here? What's going on? All right, we're getting paid to do this, and he's practically stealing your money with all the shenanigans happening here on this panel.
Anybody see a clown?
Once again,
I've been seeing a clown.
once again, I'm gonna go ahead and agree with Crazy Joe here. I happen to think that Sonata's going to be on the winning end here. I mean, it would make sense in terms of protecting Chance in a way. I mean, he does happen to have that Rumble win again in his back pocket. Does he need this win here? I'm not entirely sure. Does Sonata need something to turn the tables? Maybe he's just that dangerous. Who knows? But I'm going with my mom. And up next, we have the men's elimination chamber that'll be happening at Locked Away. All 6 men within that chamber: Samuel North, ESJ, Seth Raven, Gavin Ashton, the Body, Damian Ventura, and of course, Not Broke Richie Rich. All 6 men here, obviously familiar with some, unfamiliar with most. And I will tell you right now, I did happen to hear that there are some fan favorites here within this chamber. Obviously, Seth Raven at 1 and Gavin Ashton at 2. Let's go ahead and turn it over to Grimothy here at the panel. Since you're being such a nuisance, I'm going to go ahead and keep putting the spotlight on you, and hopefully you don't have anything to say here. But what do you happen to think of this chamber here that's going to be happening at Locked Away?
Whole shit ton to say. First of all, Gavin Ashton, I don't know why he's in this match. I should be in this match. I just beat his ass for retained my beautiful international championship just last week. And now, Richie Rich, the man that I was in a tag. Oh, man, don't even get me started. Everybody in this match besides the Body, Damian Ventura, props to him. I cannot stand, especially that one standing in the middle of the graphic with his hands reached out towards you like the dumbass he is. Seth Raven, of course, he got into this match because he started harassing my family and, being the villain of my story. And yes, I know he was crippled and blah, 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 and he's the Aussie Miracle. But I hope, just like last year, I hope Gavin Ashton eliminates him, and then I hope ESJ, Mr. Retired, eliminates Gavin Ashton and makes the entire point of this match worthless. Fuck Seth Raven, end of the day. And my pick to win is the Body, Damian Ventura.
Do you feel like you have to pick the Body, Damian Ventura, just because of your immaculate hate towards Seth Raven? I mean, I would think this is a little unwarranted here.
I cannot stand that evil fucking bastard.
Hey, can we not get him started, please?
I mean, did you see what he did? Did you see what he did to me at the Royal Rumble? I mean, he beat me into an inch of my life for no reason. That match should have been a standard, clean, one-on-one match. And let's be real, Gavin Ashton, and Seth Raven were in the chamber
reason
last year, and they both lost. Gavin Ashton was the runner-up. Hell, Gavin Ashton eliminated Seth Raven. The only reason Seth Raven is in the spot he is in now is because, just like everybody else in this business, he used his story. His poor little story. As I said, I stand firmly at the fact that he should be in a grave next to his father.
I don't know if it was for no reason, but I'll go ahead and leave it at that, Grimothy. Mike, what say you, man? I mean, looking at these names here, who do you think has the more prominent chance to probably come out on top here?
Not ESJ.
Okay, so definitely not ESJ because this is potentially his last match because he did retire at the time of filming this. I don't see ESJ walking away. I know a lot about Richie Rich, but the thing with Richie, his ego does not match his attributes in the ring. He sometimes will think too much, then fuck up in the end. I respect Richie, but I don't know if he's in the mindset of this right now. The Body himself, I think I got a better body than him, but I don't think he's walking away with the win. I think it's going to come down to Seth Raven, Gav Ashton, and Samuel North. I'm personally rooting for Seth Raven because he's been fighting for this opportunity for a long time. And after a massacre because of Grim and other issues in the Rumble in prior, I would rather see Seth Raven walk away with the win so he can finish his own story. And we can start seeing some more development and more growth in the world title scene. Yeah, Gav Ashton, I can see. But the thing with Gav Ashton, I'll respect them, but Gav Ashton coming back this soon and completely getting inserted in this is like, I don't know. It would be interesting to see Gav as champion, but at the same time, can Gav handle all this pressure when he literally just came back from an injury? And he's also facing Grim before this. So he's going to have to go through Grim, and he's not going to walk into this match not even close to 100%. So Gav is going to be out of it. And Samuel North, I think Samuel's going to do well, but if I'm a betting man, I got to go with Seth Raven.
You're crazy. Yeah. I just beat Gav Ashton last week. Just beat his ass. Just whooped it. Made him ugly cry all over the ring. Buy my T-shirt.
I don't know. I don't know if you made him cry or anything like that. I think that's a
Okay,
little bit of a
well-
stretch here.
This point is Gav is not going to be 100% when this match happens.
Crazy Joe, man. I know we've talked extensively about some elimination chambers already, and looking more into this one, it seems like this one has a little bit more of a personal connection here to one bald Grimothy. But looking here into it, man, who do you have coming out on top?
I mean, looking at all the competitors in this matchup, I think every single one of them has a reason to, well, I want to say a reason, a motivation, you could say, to win this contest. I think above all, it's right with the fan voting. Seth Raven has probably the most motivation to win this, obviously coming off of that incredibly long feud with Grim. Ugh. And Gavin Ashton, obviously, having to face Grim right before this, unfortunately taking a loss, not coming in 100%. However, I've said it on multiple broadcasts. I'll say it right here, right now. When people aren't at 100%, when they're backed into a corner, that is when they become the most dangerous version of themselves. So do not count out Gavin Ashton at all in this contest. With that being said, I have to be a little biased. And unfortunately, I have to agree with Grim. I got to go with the body, Damian Ventura.
The body. I'm gonna go ahead and mention here something after the recording. Looking at this cast of characters, and I would happen to imagine, the unfortunate retiring of ESJ, which is kind of a clear indicator how this goes from a 6-person mainly to 5 people coming out within the chamber. I've heard a lot of things about Samuel North. I feel like he's not dead. I feel like Samuel North has been one of those names where a lot of people tends to overlook him if we're not talking anything about Empower. Shout out to Empower, but I've heard a lot of great things about how Samuel North just, sometimes tends to get the job done and do things, the correct way, the only way he knows how. And I also know the whole spiel about Gavin Ashton and everything, is he going to be 100%? Is he going to be under 100%? Maybe 99%? I can't happen to think on how badly Grimothy did happen to hurt him, but if it's anything like how I know he is, he probably used some underhanded tactics to go ahead and do so. I do like how I was recently introduced. I do like how I was recently introduced to the body Damian Ventura. As well as I don't know much about Richie Rich or anything, but you know what? I'm gonna go on the flip side here, and just to spite Grimothy, I'm gonna go ahead and choose Seth Raven. I think Seth Raven's going to come out on top of this chamber.
If
Bite you, absolutely bite you.
Gavin Ashton wins this match, the mask. Remember, I stole his mask last week. I will sell it on eBay, and we'll auction it off immediately right after Locked Away because I am that evil.
I mean, who's to say he doesn't have any additional masks?
Well, I stole it, and then I kicked him in the face. I took my belt, and I left.
What if he buys it? What if he buys it on eBay?
Oh, Gavin Ashton wouldn't buy it on eBay. That's too expensive for him. He'd go to fucking Wish.com.
Oh man, look, Mike, I'm gonna go in and ask you, okay? Outside of who you chose to win this elimination chamber, do you think there's anybody that you feel is being overlooked in here that it would surprise you if they won this chamber here?
Richie Rich.
Okay, Graham, why don't you sit down and shut up so I can speak? Because clearly you want to add your sense into the conversation. Richie is definitely getting overlooked, but I think that's for a reason. Personally, I think we're all overlooking ESJ, but
Rest in
because
peace.
this is ESJ's last match.
Rest his soul.
Okay, well, so if ESJ does win this, what happens?
Well, obviously, I would get a spot. Assuming I was the runner-up in the Royal
If
Rumble.
ESJ, who yeah, true. who who we all know is no longer going to be a part of RHW after this locked away show,
Rest in peace.
is going to be a surprise if they happen to win. But they're not dead, Grimothy.
Yeah. That can be arranged.
It's like he's putting his career on the line. If he wins, he gets the main event match. If he loses, he's gone.
But if he
Either way,
wins,
he's kinda
though,
done either
he
way.
might get that foot that he needs kicked up his ass to get going with the motivation again. I mean, like Samuel North, I mean, he's a
Oh,
blueberry
man.
fucking muffin, and he can go choke on that blueberry fucking muffin. Screw you.
All right. Alrighty. Crazy Joe, what about you, man? I mean, you chose the body Damian Ventura, but is there anybody here in this chamber outside of him that you could also see maybe having a little bit of an underdog win?
I could see Samuel North coming out with an underdog win. I've seen many iterations of Samuel. Oh, shut up! I've seen many iterations of Samuel North throughout all of his time here in CAW. And if there's anything the man can do, he can reinvent himself. And if he needs to reinvent himself mid-match, hell, he'll do it if it means that he is going to win the Elimination Chamber. So if it's not the body, I'm going with Samuel North.
Okay. Yeah, okay, I agree with you on that. And then Grim, obviously, who am I kidding? Nobody cares. I think I'm still gonna go with Seth Raven here. I think I don't happen to see anybody. I mean, I would agree with Mike. I think ESJ winning this would be absolutely jaw-dropping in a sense. It would be so surprising. But yeah, so with those predictions set, it seems to be we all have who we want to win here in this chamber match.
Yeah,
and
I
then
think Samuel North
obviously
should take
Grimothy. I don't think so. I think he'll be here to compete here in this chamber. The winner of this chamber, obviously, having the opportunity to go on to face the winner with whoever comes out on top for the World Championship, which we'll get to here in just a little bit. We have one more match to go ahead and cover before we get to the main event. Well, to talk about the co-main event would obviously be to talk about the United States Championship. And obviously, I am talking about none other than AJ Parker going up against Julia Modi Monet for the United States Championship. And this is what I mean when you got two Goliaths going up against one another. Plenty of know about between these two names. Obviously, I know for sure there's one that Crazy Joe would love to talk about here. Of course, we're talking about the insane breakup between AJ Parker and the Madison Reyes. What? I said the Madison Reyes. Crazy Joe, go ahead and tell us a little bit about that, man, about what happened between these two here.
Right, so at TFF Stage Dive, Kill Forever, the tag team of AJ Parker and Madison Reyes, they had an opportunity to win the TFF tag team titles from the Belt Boys. They had one hell of a contest. It went about 31 minutes. Unfortunately, they did not come out the victors. And at the end of the match, the Belt Boys did something which was very rare for them, and they showed a sign of respect to Kill Forever, saying that they were the future of the tag division. And that was going to be the end of their night. They were going to go back home. They were going to game plan, go back up to the top of the mountain until they got up to the top of the stage. And when Madison Reyes was not looking and showing her love and appreciation towards the TFF faithful, AJ Parker blindsided her with a cut the veil lariat right to the throat. It was absolutely disgusting. Disgusting, a horrid display from two women that were practically as close as sisters.
And
deserved it.
what happened? I think it was definitely something that a lot of people that I don't know about that. I think a lot of people did not see that coming. I know a lot of people are also now just booing AJ Parker wherever it is that she may show up if they did happen to catch that TFF Stage Dive show. Which, I mean, how did you not? But This just completely turns things on its head. I mean, I'm torn here with who to go for, even after knowing what happened to the Madison Reyes. What? So I mean, without further ado, will this kind of affect who you see coming out as the winner in this match?
No.
I think. Why do you think no?
Obviously, because I mean, Julia has this match in the bag. I mean, did you see what she did to B. Barrett? She was the only person, and well, at the time, in all of RHW, to pin B. Barrett. Yes, it was a very controversial finish. Yes, it was a weird ass pin, but she pinned B. Barrett clean in the middle of the ring. And I don't blame AJ for stabbing the Madison Reyes in the back, well, in this case, forehead. But Madison is just a shitty tag partner. We've all seen what she did to Cheryl Malone. Remember Cherry Stars last year Mania? Forever champion. And look at what she did. So I really don't blame AJ for cutting the slack of that giant-ass forehead of the Reyes with Madison.
I don't know if that's a fair comparison. I mean, that was fairly. It was a fairly long time between then and Kill Forever, if we're being honest here. I don't know if that's something that you could legitimately use. I mean, I happen to think that the Madison Reyes. Wow. I happen to think that a lot has changed since then.
Sure. Once an evil bitch, always an evil bitch. Just a personal experience.
Alrighty.
Wow.
Wow. All right. Well, I'm fairly certain that you'll be hearing from the Madison Reyes' lawyers. What? Anyway, let's turn on over to Mike Maxwell and see what he thinks about this. Do you think that that'll affect you, Mike? And in your prediction here, who do you think is going to walk out the United States champion?
Okay, before we get started, Grim, I love the fact that you're constantly going after Madison's forehead. Like, that's it. Well, obviously, it's a big target. But you know a lot about big foreheads looking at yours. So.
Wow. I mean, where do we know where it ends with his? At least we know where Madison's ends.
At least you can't use mine as a weapon. The Royal Gauntlet, when Madison's forehead was used as a weapon.
You can see my reflection in your bald-ass head, so I feel like it's worse.
You get no say. Your name's Crazy Joe. It sounds like a creepy creep that lives on the corner. Hobo.
Okay, this is my time to speak.
No.
I was polite enough for you guys. Okay. Okay, bald bitch. Sit down, shut up. All right. So, the Julia Monet, the current United States champion, I feel like is honestly the most overlooked champion in the company besides Alex Young, in my personal opinion. Because she hasn't really had much defenses. She hasn't really had much opportunities to go out there and be a champion since she won the title from B. Barrett.
4 times.
And now she's...
Sorry to cut you off.
Well, good for her. Oh, but I'll say this as far as momentum is concerned in this situation. AJ Parker, I think, is coming in with so much more momentum because she's finally let loose and showed an edge to her. I've seen AJ Parker win championships. I've commentated matches when she won world titles. I'm very knowledgeable in what she's capable of, just like Crazy Joe is. I think in this match and situation, every time I talk about Julia, I overlook her. Last time I really spoke on her was at the Super Show, and I said that she would retain over Rebecca Starr because everyone was so concerned and thinking Rebecca's going to win because she has an Rapture and yada yada. AJ Parker, kind of same situation, whereas like she has all this momentum. Just turned heel. She is such a villain right now. It's pretty ironic, but I think the champ's gonna pull out something and retain. And this is gonna be something that's gonna push AJ Parker even further to go after this champ.
I happen to think that as well. I mean, you can't come off a moment like that, a pretty controversial moment like that, and use that to just be the better end of capturing this championship here. This is another one of those matches where you can't really go wrong. And I know some people that are against AJ Parker right now are going to be listening to this and say, "What do you mean you can't go wrong?" Yeah, you heard me right. Because even though that happens, and even though I know that Madison knows as well that maybe with what went down, we should be booing AJ Parker, especially with how she explained why she did it. I still can't get over the fact that this could be something great for AJ Parker and being able to try and capture this United States Championship against Julia. You just can't go wrong here with your prediction. So let's go on and round out that prediction here, shall we? We're going to start with good old male pattern baldness Grimothy and trying to figure out where his forehead ends or where it begins. Who do you think is going to be winning this match?
I think AJ Parker is going to destroy Julia Winters. I mean Monet.
That's a little bit of an Easter egg right there. A little bit unexpected coming from you. Yeah. Mike, do you believe that it'll be the same thing here? Do you think it'll be the same result in AJ becoming the new champion?
No, I don't. I would also be quite concerned because Madison is not on the card for this event. But Madison is here in New York City. So just to keep an eye out there, you never know where Madison will end up. And as far as this match goes, well, that takes Kirk Crimson to help her out. I will say, I think Julia's going to retain here. I think so far she's had a good run. And I think once again, she's going to prove why she's champion. And unfortunately, this is going to send AJ down an even deeper spiral until she wins some gold.
Yeah, absolutely. Before we get to Crazy Joe, I do want to reiterate here. There was a time when Julia was just racking up on championship victories, on claiming some. I mean, I think it got to the point where she was at 8 championships at one point, just holding every single one of them, maybe 9 if there was one that I completely forgot that Julia went ahead and announced that she won. But there was a point in time to where if you booked Julia in a championship match, chances were they were walking out with that championship in their hands. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. And I'm wondering if this is going to be another one of those dominant showcases in that case. And before I go ahead and give my prediction, we're going to end it off here with Crazy Joe. What's your prediction here for this?
I mean, piggybacking off what you just said, Julia at one point in time was a dominant multiple champion across multiple promotions. AJ Parker right now, as much as I hate to admit it, she is on a very high momentum streak right now. Coming off of her betrayal of Madison Reyes, coming off of the match that qualified her to get this title opportunity. AJ's got a lot of momentum, but I think I have the champion retaining.
Okay.
Wow.
I hear you. And I'm gonna agree. I'm gonna agree. As much as I don't want to, as much as I'm looking at AJ Parker becoming the new United States champion, as much as I am rooting for both women, I would also have to agree with Mike. I mean, we don't see the Madison Reyes. We don't see them on the card here.
What?
And I would happen to also believe that Madison is just not going to sit back idly and after what happened with them at Stage Dive, not going to do anything about it. I'm predicting, and I'm pretty sure Mike said this as well, I'm predicting that we're going to get some kind of shenanigans. Maybe Madison Reyes comes back and gets her revenge, costs AJ Parker the match here. But I'm going to go ahead and agree. I'm going to say that Julia does happen to defend successfully here. I don't think AJ Parker is going to be able to nab herself a championship, especially here in RHW, maybe even in TFF, without Madison Reyes being there every step of the way to keep exacting the revenge on them. I'm going to go Julia Monet here.
Of course.
Okay, that should be the end of that. We have... All right, and it is time for the main event, the time to discuss the championship of all championships here in RHW, and that of course is the World Championship. And of course, I'm talking about the one and only match between one of our members here on the panel, Crazy Joe, going one-on-one with Myers. And I look, I already made it apparent here. I made it apparent on Twitter. RHW being the GM and such. I mean, when this match was booked, I was like, there's no way. There's no way. For me, I can't fucking decide. I don't know how many people decide, but you know what? It's not up to me. It's up to those that watch the product. So with that in mind, I'm going to hold my prediction for last, as I've been doing for this entire time, not because I want to choose last. I still need time to process what I'm going to think. And I'm kind of hoping that I can get some help from you guys here. So we're going to go ahead and start it off with the guy who is in the match. Of course, I am talking about the challenger, Crazy Joe. What are your thoughts heading into this match here with the champ Myers?
Quite frankly, Myers is a tough task. I've known Myers for a very long time. I saw his entirety of his first RHW World Title reign. I've seen how he won it back. I've seen the road that he has gone on to get this title back. And I believe he's lost a step or two. And I believe because he's lost that step or two, he's not going to be prepared for me. Because right now, I am better than I have ever been. Right now, I am on top of the world. I'm the Havoc Pro Ultraviolent Champion. I'm going to promotion from promotion from promotion. I'm defending that title everywhere. And when I'm not defending that title, I'm having banger matches on every single show possible. When it comes down to me and Elliot, the work ethic that he used to have as world champion died. And the work ethic that he had before is nothing to compare to the work ethic that I have had my entire life. I'm not going to toot my own horn anymore. But I will say this. Elliot, I know you're watching. I'm going to take your undisputed world heavyweight championship from your shoulder. I'm going to proudly raise it above my head. And I'm going to look down at you and simply just smile.
We're talking new world champion aspirations. I'm going to be honest with you. It somewhat helps. It somewhat helps the fact. I mean, this is the kind of confidence that you'll need going into a match kind of like this, especially within the main event here for Locked Away. Mike, let's go ahead and follow this up, man. What do you think is going to happen here in this match? Who do you have?
I think in this match, Myers needs to show a whole new him. We've seen how aggressive he's been getting recently after the comment Chancel made, by calling him a second-rate Cyrus or a third-rate Nick Stevens. Like, he's been getting a bunch of shit thrown at him that he's not a good enough champion, that he can't handle the pressure, that he can't handle any of this. And now his whole faction is already competing tonight. So he can't rely on anybody but himself. And I don't know if he can really handle this with this version of Crazy Joe. I think Joe's at a point where he could really take the title. But it's also not letting the emotions get too in his head. He needs to stay focused, not get distracted, and stay on top of Myers, because you never know what he may do. If I'm a betting man, I would think we have a new champion. And that's, I think, how it's going to turn out.
Okay, Grimothy, I know you like to talk about like a championship, especially if it's the international one, but
Don't
we're going to
refer
put
to it
your,
as that.
we're going to,
Its name is Betty.
Betty. All right. Nothing like the body, Damian Ventura, but I digress. Let's go ahead and talk about the World Championship outside of the international, because for some reason I just don't want to talk about that, especially if it's around your waist. What are your thoughts here going into this main event?
Crazy Joe has got an incredible amount of momentum going into this match. I mean, he cooked Myers on the promo. In one promo, took one promo to make Myers look like a second-grade Cyrus. I know he hates it when people say that, but it's the truth. But Myers has the Killshot Foundation on his side, and we have seen him use that to his advantage. But I don't know if the Killshot Foundation is supporting his new attitude, but I guess we'll see. I just have to say it because this is Myers' first title defense since winning it back at the Royal Gauntlet, and a lot of people were shocked when he beat Caleb. But Caleb only won that belt because of me. Hello, Myers. I have to say I think Myers is gonna find a way to retain here tonight. I know Joe has the drive and the energy, but the human body can only take so much punishment. Trust me, I would know personal experience. Though Remy too. I think Myers is gonna find a way to retain. Whether that be through the KSF or his new attitude. I mean, hey, we might not see a whole new side of him. Because yes, Myers, when a title's not on the line, is one thing, but when the belt's on the line, I mean, bro was almost world champion for a year straight. And with the championship on the line, and he beat Cyrus, and I know we call him a second-grade Cyrus, but that's kind of a joke. The man legitimately is one of the best talents on the roster. And I don't know, just when high-pressure situations, and Myers looks to main event his second Hardcore Mania, sorry, Joe. Even though I don't like you very much. You creepy hobo.
You're gonna say that on the panel with Crazy Joe here, with all this hype and energy. You're gonna say that to Crazy Joe?
Yes, ma'am.
All right,
Okay,
we got.
Okay, let's wrap this up before things hit the fan.
Yeah, we got to keep production here close just in case Crazy Joe decides to choke slam Grimothy here through this table. I will say this. Look, I am more in tune with Myers and Mercer, obviously Killshot Foundation, more than I am with how dominant Myers has been on a singles run, and obviously how Myers has been here in RHW. I mean, Grimothy just said it pretty flat out that from what he thinks, Myers only won that championship because of him. I mean, in retrospect, it should take a lot of talent for you to be the one to hold the world championship in just about any show, any promotion in particular.
Except
so
SSBW.
with that in mind, I would say this. It is quite literally a tall task to conquer, if anything. But if there's one crazy son of a bitch that I think is going to do it, I have to believe in Crazy Joe here. Now, I won't necessarily say that that's what's going to help me keep my prediction in check, but I'm hoping that now that we will round out our predictions here fairly soon, we'll have one other way to go ahead and go about this, and that is I want y'all's predictions on how you think the match will end. In hindsight, we're gonna go ahead and start with Grimothy here, since he likes to have a keen eye on these kinds of things.
I think we're gonna see the KSF involved in some way, shape, or form. And if not, there is that. Let's be real here. There is the one most devastating move in all of professional wrestling, the roll up. But we also have to add too that this is a style thing. This is Joe's first actual singles match in RHW, so maybe that pressure will weigh on his shoulders. Maybe Myers can get in his head somehow. I just see KSF getting involved. Don't know how, but they will. Haven't seen Veronica step in since she lost to B. Barrett. It's almost been a year now. Myers might have a trick up his sleeve.
Oh shoot.
I will say this. If KSF gets involved, and if I'm not hurting, I'll go help Joe out. But I'll say this. Myers won the title without Killshot Foundation for the second time against Caleb Cook. Now there's Man's Faction is out there. I think at this point, what's going to happen tonight, if the Belt Boys retain, which is my prediction, there's no way Killshot Foundation will be physically able to help them out.
Wow.
So I think this is going to end with a stare down between Seth Raven and the new RHW World Champion, Crazy Joe.
Okay. And Crazy Joe, I'm not going to ask you how you think this match will end. I think it's fairly certain what side of the coin you're on. But I will ask you here: are you a little nervous at possibly, KSF coming at ringside and potentially costing you this match here with Myers?
Not at all. I'm not at all nervous because here is the facts. KSF, if you want to bring out a Travis, I have a lone camo. You want to bring out Mercer? I have a really perk. You want to bring Saban's ass back? I got a Tegan Star. They're all going to be in the building. So you can try to interfere. But at the end of the night, it will be a one-on-one. And I don't care how many it takes. I will knock Myers' head clean off his shoulders to become that new RHW Undisputed World Heavyweight Champion.
Well, I think we got the prediction of Crazy Joe. We got a thumb up for Crazy Joe becoming the new world champion. Mike, let's go ahead and get your prediction here to round out this panel.
Get my prediction. We're getting a new world champion.
I'm going to go ahead and confirm that. 2 thumbs up here for Crazy Joe. Grimothy?
I hate to say it, I think Porcupine Head is going to win.
Oh, he sees Myers retaining here, and you know what? I was a little bit on the coin toss of who I thought was going to win, but Crazy Joe ended up mentioning Tegan Star, and I was like, you know what? I'm sold. I think we're going 3 thumbs up here for Crazy Joe to become the new world champion of RHW. I think that there will conclude all of the matches that will be aired for Lockdown or
Wow.
Listen, these matches, it's crazy how many we've talked about that it
Wow.
was to the point to where I completely forgot what it was that we were talking.
Wow.
It wasn't Lockdown. It wasn't Lockdown. I apologize. It was Locked Away. These matches will be aired on Locked Away live from New York. 3 Elimination Chamber matches. Multiple championships on the line. I mean, this has been one hell of a panel nonetheless. It's been quite the conversations we've had all throughout these matches combined.
Wow. Are we finally fucking done here?
No, Grimothy. As a matter of fact, I just realized you're not getting paid for this panel appearance. As a matter of fact, you're doing this absolutely free.
I hope production didn't hit record.
they did, and in the first portion, your mic wasn't even on, buddy.
You know what? Out of control after Hollywood. I'll see you in the ring.
All right. You can bet that. All right. You can.
Alrighty.
Yeah, you can.
Mr. I want to be.
All right, is the show over? Can I finally punch